Warning, the following show contains high levels of magic and mayhem. Please keep all hands, feet, and body parts inside the vehicle at all times. And get ready for thrills, laughs, and a whole lot of fun. This is the Magic of Mayhem. Welcome to the Magic of Mayhem. I'm your host, and this is our magically magical miniseries, the Magical Friends of Mayhem, where we bring in magical guests to talk all things, well, magic. Today's enchantingly special guests, Josh and Gina from Bring Back the Magic podcast. Okay, now that our drinking game is, whoever's saying magic is the drinking game, we have all lost and are all drunk now. So, Josh, Gina, welcome. Hello. Okay. That was a mouthful. So this is literally triple magic all happening right now. And welcome, guys. Bring Back the Magic podcast. Hello. This is our first collab.
I know. We've been building up to this for so long. I can't believe it's finally here.
We've been talking a lot about it. I'm glad that we're finally doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally here. Oh, and cheers. Yeah, it could be the whiskey. It could be the beer. Could be all the above. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, but thank you. Thank you for joining me. I hope we're going to have some fun already. As you guys know, I've already called myself the third sibling in this podcast. So I'm just part of this family. So I self-adopted.
Yeah.
Self-adopted. Okay, so I actually deep dived into your guys' Instagram, and March 2025 was your first official post and episode. So I just want to know right off the bat, and you guys could just back and forth answer this one. What made you guys think Bring Back the Magic podcast was a thing that you both wanted to do?
You want to take this?
Okay. We already know going into this podcast that Josh and I run the danger of just talking over each other the whole time. So look at how polite we're being already. Like, we're being professional.
Stop it.
New for us. But,
stop it.
So Josh and I obviously have known each other a bit, namely our whole lives. And as brother and sister, we come from a family that loves Disney so much. We talk Disney all the time. We're those friends, like I'm sure you're that friend to your friends, where it's like when they're thinking Disney, they're calling you, they're asking you. So we kind of started and we were talking about, things that we wanted to do going forward. We both had some changes in career happen to us. And we had said over and over, like, we were just getting a little sad thinking little things in Disney that had shifted. And we just felt like it's like that intervention with a family member. We were like, I know what you can be. Please don't succumb to what's happening. And we just thought, what if we did a podcast about how we just want to see that magic? It's not gone, but just some of it come back. And we thought, hey, let's just give it a shot and see what happens. I mean, at the very least, we'll entertain ourselves. We promised ourselves we would be natural about it. We would just be ourselves. And so Josh set the whole thing up and we just started talking, and somehow people kept listening.
I feel like it's people also told us when we're talking to each other, it's like me and Gina have a rapport with each other because it's like brother-sister relationship, sibling rivalry, whatever you want to call it. But it's like we have a best friend friendship between the two of us, and it's been that way for a number of years. But people hear us talk to them like, why don't you guys have a podcast? Like, what would we have a podcast about? And then we start thinking, we love Disney. And we talk at length about Disney. Why not Disney podcast about what things we like to see, things that we think have fallen off, but appreciation of Disney cast members, things that, are coming and going. And it just kind of developed out of that. And we didn't know that it was going to start growing as it has so far.
I mean, you both have exploded onto the scene of Disney, and literally, I don't know anybody without you guys knowing them. So, like I said, I'm already part of the family because we're just all connected that way.
I still can't believe we have a show. How do we still have a show after the hot mess that we put out there? But in all sincerity, like Josh said, he's one of my very best friends, my brother. It's very natural for us to just sit and talk. And really, what we want for our show is we want people to feel like they're just sitting with their friends and talking. Like we said, we're no gurus. Yes. We don't do research.
Yeah.
It's not a fact.
What? Yeah, it's what do you guys say?
The news.
You guys say it's not facts, it's off memories, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you Yeah, it was my favorite line. I'm like 100%.
Yeah.
That's the main reason I started too, was I just want to talk Disney. Yeah. Honestly. That's easy. I love it. It's something that's been there my whole life. And I'm the same with you. I'm like, I'm not
listening to yours on the way to Disney. We were driving to Disney listening to your podcast on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh, right to the heartstrings,
I
right
know.
there.
Well, your passion comes through. So just so
Well,
you know,
like,
your
there's
passion.
such a soothing voice on this. The audio
It does.
quality.
Yeah, you guys were saying like I'm the Love Talk Radio.
Right.
Okay,
You're NPR. We're static radio. You're
Not
NPR.
true.
We're the static.
No, not at all. Not at all. I freaking love it. I have learned so much, even if it is memory. I've learned a ton from you guys. Specifically, your last one, you just talked about Disney cruises. By the way, loved that. It is still on my agenda to do. But Josh, you had said if you're on YouTube and you watch Hard Travel, I was like, oh my gosh, who doesn't watch Hard Travel? My wife and I literally watch it. I could be like, hey, this is Danny from Hard Travel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just like embedded in my brain. I know who Danny from Hard Travel is, but
He's like a giant. He's
giant.
Like a
What is he?
But he's the nicest guy, and he has
The-
all. If you could be that guy, like it's like, oh, you're gonna go on another cruise, and we're gonna show you this amazing stateroom. I'm sure he gets hooked up everywhere. They've got a huge following.
Oh,
I think I tagged him in the YouTube video too. Not that he needs our couple thousand subscribers, but hey, every bit helps.
Every bit helps. You're like, hey, just throw that discount code, Danny. I want to book through Hard Travel. Oh, love it. Yeah, when we like dream cruise, like we go on YouTube and we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? It's always a Hard Travel video that like kind of sets the tone. So like we're going Royal Caribbean to Alaska,
Oh,
and
wow.
of course
Tell
they
me
have
how it
a.
is.
They,
I want to do it.
We're in August. We're gonna be there in August.
That's
Like
so
literally the
awesome.
last week. Huh?
Is it out of Vancouver? Is that where it leaves from?
No, Seattle. We're actually out of
Okay,
Seattle.
I want to see in Seattle. Okay.
Yeah, and we're taking my son. We're gonna do one of the dog sleds. So it's obviously summer for them. So we get this like wheels and everything.
That's
so I'm
so
actually
cool.
excited.
Fill out your insurance before you leave.
and
since we're family now, make sure you put a little something in there for me. On your tombstone, you know, like the Haunted Mansion tombstones, and be like, "You're leaving."
Yeah. Oh man.
We'll have to find something that rhymes with that and dog sled and everything else.
Yeah.
He rode a dog sled and
Dog
now
sled
he's in
fell on
bed.
his head.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you just got back from a cruise, right, Josh?
Yeah, I was on Royal Caribbean too. I was on the Symphony of the Seas. I won't Star in August for 3 days. So it's their preview sailing before they go out for their full weeks out of Port Canaveral, which you know where I'm going before I get on that. I have 2 days scheduled in Disney before I get my fat butt on that cruise.
I mean, you got to. That's the only way to do it. I think I did. Oh, I did Oasis of the Seas.
Oh, I love that. They've got portside barbecue on that one up top.
Oh,
it's actually legit.
So fun.
Josh knows
Such a
cruising.
fun.
Let me just tell you, Josh, that's like his niche. Besides Disney, Josh knows cruising.
And I want to do a Disney cruise so bad, but it's just so expensive. But
yeah.
Aside from that, learning about expensive, you guys also taught me about DVC points, and I had not known that. You were like, hey, it's worth the investment, and I was like, hey babe, we should get a DVC. We should purchase some of that.
They think they're gonna apply for DVC points, and they're gonna be like, I have to go mortgage this and this. I'm like, as long as you can get the down payment and you find a payment system that works for you. They don't do real paperwork on your payment stuff. They're like, here's the payment. So it's not like, you're approved. Mine, I'm like, I gave them a credit card to put the down payment on. And I was like, ouch. And then I was like, after that, they're like, you're going to pay a lot for the next 10 years. I was like, okay, take my money. All right, thanks.
You're like,
and
don't care. Now I got a spot at all times. It made me crack up. So, okay, full circle here. Back to your first original post. Actually, on your first reel, Josh had explained that Disney is not just for kids. By the way, these notes are from a month ago. So I've actually been catching up today, but this was from the start of when we said, hey, we should collab and do something. So what does that mean to you? I mean, yeah, Josh just did this first research, which we're all proud of. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Actually.
So what does that mean for you when you say Disney is not just for kids? This is actually a very hot topic.
Well, Disney, it's exactly how it sounds. I'm like, people feel like this Disney, the love of Disney just when you're a child. No, Disney goes through your entire life together, or with you. So you're like, as you grow, you don't lose love for Disney. You just start hiding it that's this taboo thing some people do. And they're like, well, I'm a grown up. I'm not supposed to like that. I'm like, forget that. You go to Disney World, there's people with ears on. They got they're eating their popcorn, they have their popcorn buckets hanging from, they got their magic bands, they got everything else. And they're Disney bounding. You're like, this is more normal than you think it is. So when people give you a hard time, it's the people that don't go to Disney. And they've never been.
Yeah.
The first time they go, I guarantee those are the same people. The next time they go, look exactly like that because it's so much fun as an adult. It's actually more fun as an adult now than it was when I was a kid.
I think that the big miss here is the people that ever compare Disney to another amusement park. Like they think it falls in the same category, and that's something we're always defending. Is it's like Disney is not like going to Knott's Berry Farm or even Universal. And as great as Universal's doing, I'm like, so when you're thinking like they're envisioning Fantasyland. You know, when they think when they think Disney, they think Fantasyland. They're like, oh, it's a carousel, it's a small world, it's Peter Pan. They have no concept of what goes beyond that. But even so, that it's a full experience. And when they say theme park, it's like this immersion in the best part of it, though, is when you can feel like a child again. So I don't want to dismiss the kid park, because I love that it makes me feel like a child in so many ways. But then there's so many other experiences that as an adult you appreciate so much more. And then, with having kids, taking your kids and then watching the whole evolution of them now experiencing things, like there's just so much more beyond it than just, oh, I'm going to this amusement park. Like it's not
for sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. And so this trip in December is my first trip back since September 2023. So I am way overdue for a trip, by the way. But this is my son's first trip to Disneyland, and he'll almost be 2 years old. So
get in while he's still free.
100%. He's gonna be 2 and 3 for 5 more years.
Right.
Okay, I don't care.
Good.
The only problem is my son is 99 percentile on freaking everything. I'm like, kids, stop it. Everyone's gonna say you're older, but he's really not.
You're like, be smaller.
But yeah,
be
agree.
Smaller.
Yeah, be smaller.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
You start walking on your knees. I'm gonna teach him that one. Escapism comes to mind. We actually had this discussion. I'm sorry, I'm going to name drop on the Dads of Main Street. We talked about Disney being escapism as an adult. That, you know what, real life can be really shitty. To be honest, like it could beat you down. But there's something about Disney and that inner child in us that just kind of gets to escape and just roam and be free. I can't tell you the amount of times I nerd out playing the Play Disney app while I'm in the parks, and like just being in Batu and like making the robot make a sound. Like I geek out on that. I'm like, oh my God, it's like, watch this, and make my nephews all jealous. I'm like, how'd you do that?
Who doesn't want to go somewhere too where the entire concept is anything's possible, believe in your dreams, anything can happen. Like I feel like that says a lot. Like if someone is angry at you or disappointed, or somebody is, looking down on you, let's say, because you like going somewhere that's all about dreams and possibilities, like that says more about them. It doesn't have to be your fandom. We say it, and I know a million other podcasts have said it. Somebody can nerd out with their fandom as far as any other topic. Number one on the list being sports, and people can paint their faces and they can wear whatever and they can commit their whole lives to that fandom, and people respect them for it. They're like, wow, you're such a diehard fan. But then, and essentially a sport is a game. You know what I mean? It's a game. And then you go to Disney and they're like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
I will say this. My former industry was the comic book industry. Okay.
Oh.
This is the first time in nearly 3 decades that I'm not at San Diego Comic-Con in the next coming weeks. Okay.
Whoa.
So it's the first time I'm not there. But in that industry, you'll see a grown person dressed as Pikachu. You'll see a grown man dressed as She-Ra or something like this. And then they say, you go to Disney? I'm like, you need to back up about 3 steps and then figure out what it is you're wearing and then how you're judging me. Because I love Disney. I ain't going to stop loving Disney. I'm going to be Disney till death. I'll tell you right now. I'll be the guy like sprinkle my ashes around the castle. Like, don't worry.
Put in your pant leg. Just kind of flick your leg every now and then.
Don't whip machine. Give a little Josh to everybody.
I'll get that little bit of Josh on here.
This tastes a little Joshy today,
A little candy.
A little candy. Speaking of which, that peach Dole Whip looks amazing that they just released.
I love peach.
And that's one of the things I used to love was the peach Jolly Rancher. Did you ever have that? There was a peach Jolly Rancher. It was like my favorite one. It was like hard to find. I'm like, oh, I missed that.
You want to talk old school Disney, though? When we're talking ice cream, of course, there was a flavor of ice cream that I remember from, like, let's say I had to be somewhere between like 10 and 14, somewhere in that range. And they had this ice cream flavor. You could get it like the Plaza and a couple other places. It was called Lemon Berry Swirl. And this was way back before they did like fancy Dole Whip flavors and whatever. And it was my favorite flavor in the world. Obviously, like lemon and like raspberry or lemon and wildberry, whatever. And I
Ooh,
still
please.
dream about
Yeah.
This
I mean,
just,
100%.
As a matter of fact, I just want to talk about that. Is that just want to drop that anywhere I could.
Hey, that's a wet spaghetti, right? That's a wet spaghetti.
It's coming back, guys.
Episodes of our podcast to work in lemon berry swirl or whatever.
I'll make it happen. I moved Christmas, Josh. I moved Christmas.
You did. You literally did. Like, it was literally 2 days later. It was there.
Which is stupid, by the way, because that should start a lot earlier.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's Halloween, October 31st. Guess what? Now it's Christmas, guys. There's really not a Thanksgiving celebration. So, I mean, it's
right.
not
So
like,
there's no need to wait on Christmas. Like, jump in.
Yeah,
Get
why?
going.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I agree. I still think we should vote Halloween is September 31st.
Yeah.
Or September 30th, right?
Yeah.
Just move it up a whole month. Who's
Yeah,
going to know?
right,
We're
right?
good.
Work it out. Whatever gets me glimmering greenhouses early, I'm for it. Whatever brings those early, I will sign off.
Whatever coincides
100%.
is already planned trips so that she doesn't have to pay more money to go back to see them.
Yeah. I mean, and they set you up. They want that money.
Yeah.
Come back again.
Dude,
We're going to change the park in a
the
month.
Grand Floridian, because the Grand Floridian's under construction until after the first of the year, and there's no gingerbread house there. The
That was
whole
poor
lobby is
timing.
like
Ridiculous.
it's like a construction zone, and it kind of like ruins the feeling of like the most grandiose atrium in all of Disney.
I mean, beautiful, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Like, that hotel is amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
Everybody loves to walk through there and act like they're better than everyone. Go like this. Even if you're not staying there, just go in your nicest clothes and then walk through and
You're
go.
like,
okay. I have a story to tell right now.
Here on the monorail.
Since Austin gave us permission to just go off on whatever we felt like talking about,
Please.
here's a
And
story.
then I pop in my Uber. And then
I feel like Josh and I may have told this on a podcast episode, but I really, and my brain doesn't remember anything we talk about because we talk so much off of the
Is this me almost
podcast.
drowning?
It's so hard. Yeah. So I think you did tell the story, but about how it was such a joke in our family when we'd stay at the Grand Floridian, our little bougie booty staying there, was that it was the only 5-star hotel we knew where people would walk around in their bathrobes. And we're like, that's so weird. Like, they're just walking
Weird.
around the hotel in their bathrobes.
Spa.
So after a few drinks, me, my brother, and then my brother-in-law decided to put on our bathrobes, walk from, because you had separate buildings at the Grand, walk from our building around the front and come in the front of the Grand Floridian in our bathrobes with our video camera, old school. And a lady literally walks by the camera and goes, oh, there's more people in those robes. Like, she was thinking the same thing we were. Little she know. This was like our gig. We walked through the whole lobby, not upsetting anyone. Obviously, we were very respectful. And then Josh went over to the pool. And did we even dare you, or did you dare yourself to jump in the pool in that robe?
I walked towards the pool, the one that's like right directly out from there. I walked towards the pool. I was like, I looked left and right, and I went, and I jumped in.
Like
not
Toyota, I love it.
realizing the weight of a terry cloth robe
Sunk
that was
like
going to
a
go like
stone.
umbrella over my head and almost kill me. So I'm like,
No,
laughing.
he just
I'm
went
trying not
down.
to die.
He got out then.
And the thing was 9,000 pounds.
It was soaking wet.
like
it was
the
a nice
swamp
thick
thing. I got out
robe.
of the water. It was hysterical.
And he walked
I
around
love
the
it.
hotel
Dripping
ground
wet.
and soaking wet. And everyone's looking at him, and he's like, "Did it not rain here?" Like, it's like he's the
Fucking
only
rain on
one.
that
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I freaking love that story. First of all, the fact that you guys planned it to, you're like, okay, this is how we're going to, everyone get their freaking robe on,
Right.
okay?
It was
We're
like
going
in
to
the
walk
moment.
down,
And I was in my
walk
boxer
all the way
shorts and
around.
robe.
Her sister Danny, who is not as stick in the muddy as she used to be, but she was back then. And I'm pretty sure the video begins with us trying to convince Danny to come with us, and her sitting there with this like grump on her face, annoyed that we're taping her. We're like, come on, Danny, just
She's
walk
like
around the
Jeff
resort with
Dunham's
us.
puppet Walter. Like she's sitting there. I'm like,
But you know what's actually funny? Not to go off on the story forever. I remember vividly that because we'd made that joke so many times on the trip, something happened because we had like adjoining rooms or something at the Grand, and something happened, and I went, "That's it!" And I grabbed a robe out of the closet. I went, "I'm leaving," like joking about people walking around. And my brother-in-law was like, "I'll go," and I was like, "What?" And then it just turned into this whole thing. We were like, "Let's go, grab the kid, we're going." And I think Jennifer Love Hewitt was there that week.
Whoa.
We didn't see her, but in the video, I'm pretty sure I go, "We're just looking for Jennifer Love Hewitt."
have you seen her lately? By the way, I was
Yeah,
like,
have you-
I did not recognize her.
Anyone?
Like, oh,
Anyone?
I know, right?
Just walk.
Oh my God. So
Oh, that's a great story. Something that you guys will carry on forever. So how many siblings are there
6.
of
Too
you
many.
guys?
6 kids.
6.
Kids.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've got a big family.
Yeah.
You weren't joking about it. So are they all as Disney obsessed as you guys? Because you're here. Are they all? They're all
I
right
feel
there,
like
huh?
It's
Say yes.
Yeah, I would say you're probably 98%. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Wow.
that at varying degrees as far as how often they go or whatever, but it's in the heart. It's like
There-
everybody
Let's put it
loves
this
it
way: it's
and gets it.
varying degrees of obnoxiousness.
Right. Josh and I take the cake on that. Brianna's
We're-
up with us.
We're the
3
pinnacle
obnoxious.
of obnoxious about our Disney fandom.
Yes.
They're like,
Yeah.
they kind of rein it in. Some of them, our sister Brianna, same as us.
Yeah.
Our
But
sister
Missy even too.
hey,
Missy moved down to Florida.
And Missy, same as us. So
Yeah.
I put those two in that category.
Yeah.
Danielle, our one sister, loves Disney, absolutely loves it. And our brother Stevie loves it. But they're not like they're not as obnoxious as that. They're more reserved. They're very funny in their own
Yeah.
way.
But it's deep in the heart because
we're like tune it to 11.
Yeah, our dad, I always
love
tell
it.
everybody, and we'd love to have him on our podcast eventually, is that dad didn't just teach us like, oh, this is Disney, this is a place you go and you love it. He really embedded in us like the whole Walt Disney story. Like it was what Walt Disney represented, what his dreams were. And that's really what put in us the idea of anything's possible, follow your dreams,
Yeah.
stay true to yourself, like, and all of that. So my dad really made us fall in love, like very
That's
with
awesome.
the definition of falling in love with Disney.
That's why I
Yeah,
like your dad's
yeah.
and Main Street stuff you're
Yeah,
doing too, because I'm like, it's nothing's, you know, this being a father, it's like nothing is better than seeing the look on your child's face or children's face when they go to Disney. Sometimes you have
Oh.
to struggle to pay them. Most of the time, you got to struggle to pay the bills, make ends meet,
Oh, yeah.
get the family down there. It's always crazy. But once you walk through those front gates and you see that castle and there's music playing, everything's erased. It's done. You're
Yeah.
like, it's not so bad. And then like you got to fast forward
Yeah.
like 9 hours from there, everybody's yelling at you again. But during that first 9 hours, it's really nice. And
It's a
like,
solid,
let's do
yeah.
it. Let's go here. There's big smiles. Let's get a popcorn. Let's get a drink. Let's go on this ride. Let's meet this character. It is so great. And you can't, it's like when your kid's born. You're like, you can't describe the feeling. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
you're just so happy.
So we've done like trial runs, right? So we went to Legoland this last month. But
You hit the button.
March,
You hit the button.
oh my gosh, I hit the button. Like it literally was like, oh, I went full on kid mode, like just hit everything I freaking can. And then I'm like, oh, it's just hit the touch screen. And I hit this button thinking it was just part of the ride, thinking it was going to make something happen. Well, it did. It did. They were like, hello, is everyone okay? You guys need to get off the ride. I was like,
Your wife's
My
like,
wife's
it's just
like-
my husband. Please ignore.
it's,
The crag.
everything's fine. Yeah.
No, we're good
Yeah.
here. How are you?
Everything's
Yes,
fine.
order a pizza,
Yeah.
please. Yes.
Yeah. I disappointed her on that one. So yeah.
So
But
funny.
I'm like, it's literally like the touchscreen, the button, the touch screen. I'm like, cool, it's right in the way. Like we're just hitting buttons. I mean, that was just my thing. And so definitely fun times right there.
Love it.
It's always fun to embarrass your spouse. I mean,
It's like
that's just
everybody
what it
touching
is.
the honey wall on Winnie the Pooh. Everyone's like,
And
Oh,
that's where
like,
Uh,
that's where COVID and the Ebola happened.
I actually, COVID. I went to Disney World January of 2020, and we were sick,
Really?
and we were like, we got COVID as
What's
soon as it started.
crazy is we had a trip scheduled because what did Disney shut down? Like, let's say it was like March 16, 17,
March.
something around there. We had
Yeah.
a trip scheduled that week,
It
and
was
our
the
dad
week
keeps
they
sending us
shut it down.
every link. It's like Disney gonna shut down. We're like, what do you want us to do? If it shuts down, we won't go. But I don't know what to tell you. And then it got shut
Yeah.
down, so then we ended up going to our family beach house instead. But literally that week, we were supposed to be in Disney, and all we kept thinking was, maybe everyone's
Wow.
canceling it. It's not gonna be any crowds. Maybe it's not gonna be a problem. And then it was like,
Yeah.
oh no, the world's shutting down, Gina.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
Although cool experiences happened because of that. So obviously I'm a West Coaster. So I got to drive through Six Flags, the park. Like they did Christmas lights, but like normally you walk. We got to drive
That's
through the park.
cool.
I thought that will never happen again, probably. I mean, unless COVID 2.0 or something else
don't-
cool
don't-
happens.
It's
where
like
we,
Voldemort. Don't start saying it's.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
stand
sorry.
firm one of the best things that came out of COVID, if you really need to find a bright side, is Disney
Low
changing
crowds.
their entire security system for entering the parks. Because
Oh,
now
man.
it was these walkthroughs that you didn't have to touch anything. You don't have to take every single thing. The time it took to have your bag went through every single person going through every single thing.
Can you imagine how much Advent Health made off of Disney when they
Oh,
partnered?
God.
oh,
Like, We drive to Disney, and I never remembered seeing these huge Advent Health buildings off like the sides, like the road.
They're like the health
there.
system.
And now
there
I'm like, oh, I bet the billions of dollars they had to pay them to keep
yeah,
things
but
going.
that was a park.
Hey,
Did you ever go to any of the parks, Austin, when you had to wear masks at the park?
Yes, I did. But real quick, my company made a ton of money because we were the offices that Advent Health had to use.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah, we were like, and now everyone's like, why are you so high in price? And we're like, I wish I could tell you. Okay, so I have two stories to tell you. So yes, I did. Where like we got a beer and they were like, you like try to pull your mask down, and they're like, no. You have to sit down and pull your mask down.
So crazy.
I can't just walk and like enjoy my beer.
Arbitrary system ever. They're like,
oh,
see a cast member like, hey, put on your mask.
yeah. So, have you guys been to Disneyland?
Yeah, I haven't been in a very long time though. It's been a bit for me.
About maybe less than a couple years ago, probably.
Been a while.
So the Toy Story Midway Mania, right? The queue is partial outside, partial inside, partial outside, partial inside. While you're outside, mask down. Soon as you get that building, like one step in, put your mask up. They'd be like, mask on. And we're like, I literally, if I step right out here, I get to take it off. But if I go right in here, yeah, I got to put it on. Oh, it was wild times, right?
It had to be 2021 when I went where it was masks outside and inside. Everywhere. And I remember the first day of the trip, we were going to Hollywood Studios, and I'm walking up like where the Skyline, and I go, I'm not gonna make it. Like if we gotta wear these masks, because like I wasn't used to wearing them at a long period of time because I was working from home. My son is homeschooled. I don't even know if he had started school yet, but it was like we weren't used to that. A long duration. I mean, over time, like obviously you did get used to it, but it was like
be sweating in the mask.
I'm gonna die like everywhere.
I couldn't breathe in that thing. I was like,
it was horrible.
Yeah,
I'm fat and got asthma. So I'm like, this is a breathing nightmare for me.
But were we not just craving just an ounce of Disney, whether it was full mask or not? We're like, just
clearly. I was like, I need that.
We went to a taste of Disney, which was 0 rides, and it was food tasting, and that was it. That's all they allowed you to do, and it was DCA only.
Wow, that's interesting.
And the tram didn't work, so you couldn't park in the Mickey structure and then get a tram. You had to walk that whole way, which I think it was about a 1.5 mile walk. I don't know, feel like that. But you'd walk it, then go do your taste of Disney. But the one thing we got to do was the backstage area. They made it into like a shop. So it was kind of cool to like experience that because you're like, this shit's never going to happen.
COVID changed a lot. We'll
never
get
to experience that.
It changed a lot of things.
Big time.
Look at the Disney resorts. I'm like, because Swan and Dolphin and Swan Reserve aren't owned by Disney. You know, they're not owned by Disney. So it's like they had bus services that went there. When everything was being cut back, they're like, well, sorry guys, get your own buses. They're like, nope, that's not a service anymore. Like you can take the boat. We'll give you a boat to like Epcot and Hollywood Studios. But guess what? Buses? No, you're on your own. You better get a shuttle.
Yeah, I mean, COVID is such a. I hate talking about it, but it's such a.
I think it was bad for certain things. I won't get political about it, but I feel like we were just all duped into something to like this system of like everything has to shut down and see what else they'll do. Like we're being groomed into something. We're like, here, how can we manipulate these guys? Ha! There it is. They fell for it. Look, put on this mask. It doesn't work in the hospital either.
I'll pay $30 for toilet paper per roll.
He's like, you know what mask we can sell?
Hey, I have to say though,
better safe than sorry. That's what I said. Better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. I had the best times during COVID though. I traveled more probably then because everything was cheap. Yeah. I went to Vegas. I went to Mexico. I went to Disneyland. I did everything I possibly could.
Our family would host Zoom cocktail parties and hang out with each other, and we had Spirit Week.
I love it.
Spirit Weeks with each other.
What was the one app? It's like Party something or whatever. It was.
House Party.
House party. You go in there, it would alert people, and you sit there. We play games with each other. Yeah, and like sit there.
I love it.
Like just on your phone, and like everybody be on the screen. Like okay, like trivia stuff.
An important thing to know about our family, Austin, is also the fact that the distance we live from each other, you would think was countries apart. The way that we are, not because we're not close, but because we act like we haven't seen each other nearly enough. When literally, Josh, Danny, me, like live in Pennsylvania, and then it's like, and Josh's family, Danny's family, obviously. Then it's like my sister Brianna, Steve, they live in Maryland, so does our dad. And then Missy does live in Florida. But during COVID, we're all acting like, sweet Lord, get on Zoom. We all need to see each other as if we're not super close. We do. We go to a party and we're like, hey, like to see each other. Like we have not seen each other. We're like, yes, that's the only FOMO I get is when my family's doing something without me. Like everybody else I know, my friends could be hanging out with a celebrity and I'll be like, oh, that seems cool. And then my brother will be like, oh, me and Brianna went out for drinks. And I'm like,
oh yeah, that FOMO right there. Why
weird.
Why they do that? You know, I mean,
Well,
honestly,
we always have the best time with each other. Like Gina said, like you could be out somebody, like, guess who I met? Could be like Bob Gurr or somebody like next to you, like this is amazing. Be like, oh, but I miss my sister. I miss this. I wish I was hanging out with.
But as an honorary sibling now, you will get to know all this.
I mean, yeah, I'm there. I am states away. That's it.
You'll be in Disney with us.
Let's
at some
go.
Point.
Let's go. I'm
we'll
ready.
We'll all go to Disneyland together. Make it cheaper for you. We'll go to Disneyland.
There we go. Yeah, just come this way. I mean, Walt Disney World is on our radar to like we got to go back. I'm kind of waiting till my son maybe gets around 4 or 5, so a couple years. But like we're going to Disneyland. This kid has flown more times than in a lot. He's not even a year and a half, and he's flown 4 times already. Like
that's
this
how
kid
my
is
son
spoiled.
was.
He's been on 2 cruises. Like I'm like, you are the most spoiled kid ever. Well, yeah, right. Okay, real quick, and this is a total. We're going on side tangent anyway, but I'm going to ask you this question: do you know the Pennsylvania Posse? If you guys know that, okay, never mind. Side topic. Yeah. Okay. This is something that I grew up in the racing world. That's what I grew up.
I watched your video of your whole background. I was so impressed.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Yeah, I appreciate that. But when there was a race series called the World of Outlaws would go into Pennsylvania, the drivers in Pennsylvania were like top of in the country. But like the top guys in the nation would come there and they would race the Pennsylvania Posse. And 9 times out of 10, the Pennsylvania Posse would whoop their ass. So that was it. I'm just seeing
native Pennsylvania. Like I've lived here for like 10 years now, which seems like a long time.
Yeah,
we're also in York.
For just over 40 years. Yeah.
Oh,
York is like Maryland North. It is Pennsylvania technically, but it's really not much different than
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we're not that far over the line. We're like 20 minutes over the line or something. So it's really not as Pennsylvania-y as it is still Maryland-y.
Yeah. Okay.
No posses here. I'll tell you, it's like the Dollar Tree posse, maybe. Or
the Dollar Tree steak around here.
Fun fact: if there was a Dollar Tree posse, I would be their leader.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a fun conversation. So I appreciate both of you already. Okay, one quick question too, and this is probably more for you to like give shout outs if you want, but like how has the Disney community supported you guys?
God, that's immensely. Okay, you I could say like you've been a big supporter of our channel. You know, we've got many people on there. Gina can run down a list of people. Like, you know, it's Gina. Go down the list because she interacts. That's our social media is Gina.
She does, obviously.
Okay, because I'm hands off. I read everything. I look at everything, but I know not to touch anything. So I'm like, don't do it. It'll be like red, and Gina won't see it.
Because one time he posted a reel that I'd already posted, and I was like, "Did you just do that? I already posted that." He's like, no. First and foremost, social media is my thing. That's what I did before we got into this. That's been my like niche, you know. So like it was.
And you crush it, Gina. I just gotta say that you crush it.
By Gina.
But I gotta say this. I gotta say though, this industry, if you want to call it that, which it feels weird saying that because industry sounds business, and for us it really is community. It feels like friends and people. And Josh and I again went into this with the expectation that maybe nobody's gonna like us, maybe we're just not their flavor of Kool-Aid. That's okay. We're just gonna try and make friends.
Throw garbage at us.
And with the idea that maybe we'll just find people's content that we like and we'll be able to like and meet other people. It's fine. There was never an idea to like push ourselves or even really market ourselves. It was like, let them know what we've got. I will say first and foremost, we got to give a shout out to Rob and Teresa from More Magic, Please. Like,
wonderful.
Oh, hilarious.
Literally, you'd think I was paying Rob the way that he hypes us up on his social.
Rob trolls you, like with the Stitch
he does troll me. He trolls me all the time. Says the boy who put on a Stitch hat before this even started, and Stitch on his.
And he's got it on the microphone.
So Rob and Teresa
What?
is amazing. We were so lucky we got to meet them like at Epcot. It worked out that we were at the same time and we met them and it was great. So they're top of our list, obviously. I also have to say that it just was so organic. It was like you said, like you don't think we know any people that aren't the same people. It's that community is like nothing else I've ever been in where people are literally every time somebody puts a celebration, everyone's commenting. Like that's not like that in any other industry. People are literally like, you could say, I have 14 followers as of today. And everyone's like, congratulations. Like, and they mean it. They're so excited. They're in every follow event. So like we have friends and we have some friends that have like a ton of followers. Like our friend Callie in the Kingdom, like she's got a really great following there. Living with Todd today, they do. And honestly, like I didn't even know what their numbers were when I became friends with them. So it had nothing to do with that. But the fact that even with that many followers, because I know how hard it is to keep up with our notifications and we're at like a little over 2,000 and they've got like tens of thousands. And here they are like still checking out our stuff. And it's really natural relationships. These
Real
people
Disney
that we're saying,
people
we want to do meetups.
They're just not haters.
Yeah,
and they want to see communities grow. They want to see people do well. So they're not hating on anybody. That's the community. They're like, oh my God, it's so great because we want to be excited together. We all want to love things Disney. We don't want to sit there and pick them apart.
And I said it
not to, but it happens sometimes.
I may have been the very first
like Walt Disney's animatronic.
This is Walt Disney's animatronic, but I think I said in the very first episode, Disney people cannot get enough Disney, so there's no reason to treat anybody like your dangerous competition. Like we both have podcasts, and we're like, great. We want to be on your podcast. We want you to be on ours. You were the first one to say something to us about doing something together, and that's where we're glad that this is the first overlap we've done. But I will say that to anybody who is even thinking about like wanting to do some kind of Disney content. We have a friend, his daughter just started her thing and we already got her. I think she's like already got like 200 followers. Like it kind of almost went from 1 to 2 overnight because we posted, somebody else posted, they like immediately latch on and it really is this beautiful.
You dropped
it. It really somewhere. Is. As the one time I was at Walt Disney World, that is one of the greatest rides. I agree.
Everything grow, this beautiful symbiosis. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we are grateful. Like I said, we gave a shout on our last podcast to Dylan from Universally Disney and everything. Like there's just these people that, and some from across the pond. Like we've got some that are like, I'm in the UK,
like
I'm in Belgium.
The Seven Seas Lagoon, but like across the pond.
The real pond. And they are like
the real pond.
Not the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian.
Yeah. Josh and I pinch ourselves every day going like, how's this like happening so fast for us? Like, because like, we're just shocked anybody likes it, but I think it is because we genuinely are just treating it like making friends, not like marketing. Constantly. It's not marketing.
And it's not like somebody's got to see this to see we're funny. Like we just like making ourselves laugh. So I'm like, when there's a
that's
reel
the goal.
Put up,
pay us to make ourselves laugh.
I go, first of all, what she just put up of me trying on the cruise T-shirt or whatever. I was like, first of all, I bought that on the very Maritime cruise, and I know it's an adult extra large, and it was stupid that did not fit. It was
I would like to put out there, please use that sound clip for anybody who's trying on anything that doesn't fit. I want that sound to go viral. Josh saying, I look like a sausage casing, or I'm the most muscular kid in the world, or whatever. I love that line so much. But I would say, like, Austin, it is true. It's like, it is bad. We have people write us and say, I'm so sorry I have not caught up on your podcast. And my response is always like, that's fine. Like our friendship has nothing to do with whether you actually listen to our podcast. I have so many that I'm behind on, but it's more just like, we want you to know that what we're putting out there is real. I like to comment back to every single person that writes us. I like to share their stuff.
Same.
Like, it's, and it means something because I think that some people are, if you treat it like a business, it's going to run like a business. If it's like this is something that you say, if you never, I mean, we
promised ourselves we'd treat this like it was our passion and we love it. And that's
do you think Josh and I would ever let each other get a big head or ego over this either? That's the best part about a sibling show. I'm never going to let him get away with that.
Oh yeah. No, I completely agree.
Wow. That is fair. I have a very large head.
That's fair.
That is fair. My head is gigantic.
Hat.
Like ears are a struggle. And I'm like, it's like squeezing my brain. It's a struggle.
She's got a big brain.
Somewhere it's just because she's the smart one. That's all that means, right?
Pillow.
That's why I have neck problems. My head is too gigantic. Did surgery because my head was too big for my
Like an
neck.
orange on a toothpick.
Yeah. I completely agree with the community. It is such a weird supportive.
It's
like
awesome.
no one is out there. Like I get it. I think Josh, you said it would be cool to be recognized in Disneyland. Is that what am I quoting you
Yeah,
correctly?
like if you went around like somebody knows me, I'm like, there's Josh, I'll kick him.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
be
I mean-
shocked if somebody walked. I'm always a little scared though. I'm like, oh my god, what if it's the lady who owns Cake Bake Shop and she recognizes Josh?
Sponsored.
I know,
There we
right?
go.
Right? No, but I
but-
agree with him. It would be really exciting just to know that it got that reach. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just like it just blows our minds. It's just how everybody's so cool and so kind. And
Yeah.
we couldn't have like got where we are now without.
You know
Everybody
what we should do is
pushes.
walk around the park handing out headshots. Be like, hey, there you go, kid. Nobody wants them, but you force them on everybody. Be like, and
You're-
act like you're doing
they're
them
like-
a favor. Okay, kid, I'll give you my autograph. You're
Right.
like,
On that note,
Yeah.
our niece told me the other day. Our niece told me the other day. She goes,
Thank
"You know how
you.
you guys should make money? Do cameos." I was like, "Can you even imagine?" Like she's like, "Do it for like
That's
$5 a piece." I was like, well, "Okay, well, guess how many I'd have to sell."
Have you ever? Okay, so Josh, speaking of the headshot thing, have you ever seen the one where they drop a pin and they walk by and people are like, hey, you dropped it, and then when they turn and grab the pin, they're like, oh, thanks, and then they like sign something and give it back to them? I think that's the strategy right
God,
there.
let's all
Literally,
make a
just
reel
drop
of
a
that.
pin and they're like, oh, yeah, hey, sorry, hey, you dropped your pin, and you're like, oh, yeah, sure, and then you sign it and give it back to them. Oh, it's the greatest, greatest. I was like, that is so freaking hilarious.
That
Just
is
like plan
so
that.
on brand for
You
us.
just, one of my favorite things to do in the parks when the opportunity presents itself is to give a challenge coin to the cast members. So
Yes.
you've seen like we have our giveaway or something for like 2,100 followers now on Instagram and everything too. But I'm like, when I created these little challenge coins for Disney World, I wanted it to be like an appreciation thing for the cast members that don't get recognized, because you know it's hard in any company. It's hard. I know it's a weird segue, but it's like it's hard to get recognized by the company itself because it's so vast and so huge. And they do things at like different, like, you know, like 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, stuff like that. They give them little stuff and everything. But like on a daily basis, you know, the cast members that are trying really, really hard, that really make that magic experience. And our podcast is called Bring Back the Magic. So my appreciation for cast members that's in it to win it is so high. I'm like, I'm sitting there like I'm back. I revert to like a 7-year-old where I'm like,
Yeah.
like this, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
in the magic. This is a show. It's everything, and I'll give them like the challenge coin. I happen to have one right here. I gotta send you a
Ship
few.
that to
I
California.
gotta send you a few.
Yeah, please.
Um,
I was like,
Get them
ooh,
on the
that'd be
West
cool to have one.
Coast.
Yeah, just get them
Yeah.
out there too. But it's just because it's not like it has nothing to do with us with our podcast. It has nothing to do with there's no promotional things on it. There's no like, hey, this is a kickback. It's just because you want them to feel they've done really well. And it's the best thing in the world for me. So I'm like, when I give somebody something, I'm like, you know what? I had these made, and you see people's faces. Sometimes I only had maybe 1 or 2 cast members like, oh, okay. And they didn't get a chance to look at it yet. But you know, later they probably looked like, oh, this is pretty neat. But most of them are like, wow, this is kind of heavy. You're like,
Yeah.
this is cool. But like the
Your bar story was a good one
Mhm.
of giving them away. That bar story. I think you were at
Animal
was it Trader
Kingdom.
Sam's?
It was an Animal Kingdom.
Oh, Animal Kingdom,
Thirsty
where you gave
River.
2 bartenders one, right?
Yep.
And they put it up. Is it still there? Have you guys
That
verified?
was the only
took 'em
thing
home.
that in 30, one was like a 33-year employee, one was like a 35-year employee. They'd never taken anything home with them that a guest had given them. They said, we're taking this home. They're like,
Oh,
they said,
that's
here's
right,
all the
that's
stuff people
right.
give us over here. Said, we both are taking this home because we've never.
My
gotten
favorite
from
was the
30
janitor that I gave it to, our custodian at Grand Floridian, that was doing the
Oh, I
paint.
thought you meant the one that sang Caitlin "Happy Birthday."
No, that was a great one too. But you know, they do the
It was
they
weird.
do
Like,
it-
he told us the story. I was like, this is not Disney.
they paint the characters with water, you know, with the like mop, they paint them and everything.
yeah.
And so I gave it to him, and he was just like, he hadn't even read it yet. And he was just like, this means so much. This, because I always do a little intro and say, my brother created these, you know, for people that we really feel like exemplify the magic of what we love the most about Disney. Sometimes it's, you know, seems like it's getting a little lost, but
Do
there's
you
people
want me
like
to read
you
what
that,
the inscription is on it?
sure.
Yeah, do it.
Okay,
Because
so
I don't
Can
know.
we stop you? Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to stop me. I'm like, hey, what are you going to do? I'm pretty big. It says, thank you for restoring the magic. It's people like you that make Disney so magical. You're awesome, and we appreciate you on the one side. Okay, that's on the top side. And then on the other side, it says, Let's see, where is this? This special coin should be given to someone who truly represents everything Disney magic should be. Keep this or pass
Awesome.
it along. So
What made you make those?
so when you have them, it's like somebody's like, okay, I can keep it for myself, or I could give it to somebody else to show appreciation.
Josh, he asked what made you make that. Tell the story of what inspired you there.
Well, I've had
Yeah.
some people who are former military friends of mine that do the challenge coin stuff. You know, they always have it through military stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not military, but I have a big respect for them, armed services and
Sure.
everything else, and God bless them. They have a harder job than I ever will. But I
Yeah.
thought it was a neat kind of token, just a token of appreciation. I said, what's cooler? And I've come from a collectibles industry, and I'm like, coins, you know, cards, whatever. I'm like, give somebody like a trading card. You're like, they'd probably lose it or whatever. But you give somebody like this is probably like, I don't know, it's like a 2.5-inch coin or something like that.
It's
And
hardy.
And by the way,
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie is a
Let's
public
go.
domain. So I got
Can't get in trouble
you
there.
got heads and you got tails. So you got the top and bottom. But I thought about it. I was like, I want to do something. And I've not sold any of them. I've thought about like travel agents and stuff like that. I said maybe like do something later on so they can have them. But it's not like I'm making money on that venture or anything. It was just because I wanted something out there to show appreciation for the cast members that were really honestly doing the best. And that way I've encouraged other ones say, you know what I got? And be like, what? And even though they probably would never run into me, maybe it makes somebody strive to bring that Disney experience back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Employee of the Month, but it's not like limited to that. And this is not an ad, but the reason I told Josh, I do think that travel agents is a great place to like market them to, because if somebody's booking a Disney vacation and you say to that family, like, we're going to give you this special coin and find a cast member that you think deserves it, it already puts them in that mindset of like, we're looking for this. We're looking for that cast member, and like they're already looking for good. And now some people might argue and say, oh, well, they're going to be critical of people. I don't think that. I think they would just be like, this is our moment to make somebody else's magic. Because we say all the time, you can talk about cast members, and we have some cast members or former cast members that are followers or listeners of ours, and they agree and say, yeah, there are some places that the cast members aren't the Disney like magic cast members. And I would say, if you just want to work and at a ride, you just want to work in a boutique, don't go to Disney. Go work at Disney because you want to bring magic to somebody.
Either bringing the magic,
that's what we
check.
need.
Oh my God, collecting a check, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like, and they make that, and this isn't even a Disney related, but I'll give you an example of just bringing that kind of magic or enjoying life to the point that you spill in that positivity or you spill that love to someone else. So you can't see it, but I have a 501st Clone Trooper helmet right above right here, but you can't see it. I did a unboxing video on that one. But anyways, the guy, I was the first person to get one at their store, and he was like, can we do something? And I was like, sure. And he was like, okay, I'm going to unbox this to like pull the box out of the cardboard. He's all, but do you mind if like I play Star Wars, the intro, while we do this? I'm like, yeah. So he like literally, there were people in line, and he was like, okay, ready?
That's
I'm like,
so
sure.
cool.
And he literally starts the intro of Star Wars, and like he unboxed it, like slowly open it. We both were like, oh, like this is the coolest box ever. Yeah, basically just like that. And he was like, okay, we're done. He's all, but it's kind of cool perk of the job. I get to do cool shit like that. And I was like, dude, I felt like so into it. I was like, I have the coolest thing, and all you people buying this suck. So sorry. So literally, I took that box home, and I was just, I had just beamed with just so much like you just have that positive energy that he gave out doing that little bit, like a 10-second thing. And that experience alone was, I was like, that's the coolest person I'll ever meet today. Like,
I love
literally
like
just
that.
set the bar.
I love stuff like that.
And I think it's
especially
important.
when it comes to like Disney collectible stuff like that and everything else, like
Oh, yeah.
helmets. We used to like we had a toy company that had a Star Wars license. So we'd make full-blown statues, everything else and things. And
awesome.
We'd see stuff. I'm like, this is so cool. Like it was just so many neat things that have come out. I remember, I forget which. I had a couple different of the like, Stormtrooper helmets they did. I forget who was making them. I forget which company was doing it, but I got them.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies is a artist, Ken Lashley, and Ken is a Lucas artist. Okay, so he's huge into Star Wars. Good friend of mine. I love him to death. What at San Diego Comic-Con, I know it's like I've mentioned this before about name dropping or anything, but it's he did an entire car entire white car. I forget what kind of car it was, with a Sharpie, and drew a Star Wars scene on the entire car, and they auctioned it off for charity.
He's so crazy
I
talented.
had him do it at Comic-Con. I took a white Stormtrooper helmet.
Mhm.
I still have.
And said,
Yeah.
"Go
And had
crazy."
him do it. It's funny. The reason I have it is we actually gave it away to a fan. They pawned it. Later, I found it on the internet and I bought
Wow.
it.
No way.
Because I was
No
like,
way.
this is up for sale. I was like, I bought it, and like nobody was. I was like, dude, I took it, but it was cool because he had like all this kind of like Star Wars stuff. He had like TIE fighters, everything else, Darth Vader on one
How
side.
cool.
It was so cool, and I'm like, can you imagine having that talent? First of all, you're like,
It's
I'm like,
Yeah.
buying all
wild.
this stuff.
He
It's
was just
amazing.
sitting there at the
Look him up
booth, like
when you get a
drawing
chance.
it on there. Like he's so
Look up
talented.
To have that.
Ken Lashley. He does something with like he did like a samurai style Darth Vader too. Like
Yeah,
there
he's
was like
awesome.
a cool
Ken's
thing
so-
like that he
he's
did
so
in this
cool,
one
too.
picture. He does a lot of digital art and a lot of regular art, but he is amazing, incredible artist, Ken Lashley.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, perfect like a bridge right here. The Star Wars Hotel. Okay. Did you both experience it or just one of
Neither.
you?
So
Oh, okay.
my experience
but-
wasn't in the hotel. I went to the opening of Galaxy's Edge for media night.
Sick. First of all, sick. But okay, so let's just break this down right now. Okay. What are the things that you think they could have done in order to make the Star Wars Hotel better or a success? Now, I've got ideas and I'll pitch them to you. We're wet spaghetting this, okay? Let's we're bringing it back, okay? I don't know if you guys knew, but Disneyland's bringing back the Star Wars Hotel
regardless, and that's the thing. It's like, don't make it a cash grab.
Wait,
That's
so
number
your
one.
wet spaghetti is a Star Wars hotel in Disneyland? Yeah.
It's
Okay,
coming back
okay.
right now. I don't know if you heard
Okay,
that,
I
but
heard
it's true.
that.
The
I
the
did
rumors are
hear
true.
that.
Yeah,
I did hear that.
rumors are
Yeah.
true. But
Heard
what's
that down
different
the,
about it this time?
Down the old spaghetti noodle. Yeah, it's coming out.
Right. I think that
what
cost to make it, because here's my thing. Disney fans will pay anything if you deliver on your promise. If you over promise and under deliver, no one wants to spend money. I have this philosophy because Josh and I worked in bars and restaurants and stuff back in the day. And I always say that there's 3 criteria to make a place a hit in that industry, right? Is it food,
Yeah.
it's service, it's atmosphere. And you can get by with 2 out of 3, except in one situation. Because you can say the place is a dump, but the food is great and the service is great. You can say the place is great, the service is great, but like the food's not that great, but we still go. The service is the one you can't get by with that. I don't care how nice your place is. I don't care how great your food is. Nobody wants to go somewhere where the service isn't great. So with Disney, the service is what they were selling. And I'm not talking customer service. I'm saying the experience. They were saying,
Experience.
we heard it about Galaxy's Edge. We talk about it all the time. They're gonna know when you walk by, if you crash the Millennium Falcon, they'll get an alert from your. And Josh said that the opening was a lot more like that
The
than
things they were
what they
doing when I was there for the thing was completely different.
I bet. Amazing. I watched that on YouTube. Holy
I think
crap,
if they
that
had
was
just
amazing.
made it, first of all, just make it a regular hotel. Like, just make it a Star Wars themed hotel with a lot of interaction and guests. People would have been fine with that. Almost like a Disney cruise, right? If you wanted to be inclusive of something, but I think the limited amount of time you could stay for that insane amount of price and still not bringing a lot of the influencers I saw making videos look like they were just kind of wandering around looking for something to do.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
Aimless. Like it was weird.
I will tell you this. If you look at the way they tried to do the Halcyon, okay? So the Galactic Star Cruiser, whatever you want to call it, was the Halcyon. So you're basically loading it and unloading it like a cruise ship. Who gets on a 2-day cruise? Nobody. But the money doesn't change, okay? If you can make it more expensive for a week. Why not load it like a cruise ship for a week and say it's a week, it's still costly. Disney makes money off the cruise ship, which is infinitely more to upkeep in the water. Okay, you can make this hotel. You can say each week we're going to have X amount of guests come in. They load out. Next one loads in. You do this. That's fine. You can make an experience over a week-long time. You make more memories. You have more time to explore it. You do stuff. You go out in Galaxy's Edge. You're not even there the whole time. Yeah. To me, that would have been a better decision for the price tag, because if you're spending so much money on that, it's already hard to go to Disney. And I am a firm believer. Fandoms shouldn't be out of people's price range.
Yeah.
Okay. Star Wars is for everybody. George Lucas saw it that way. Disney company actually sees it that way too, but they're just in the execution. It's not what it needs to be. And I feel like they made it a price tag and stuff, or just, you know what? They could have rethemed the contemporary for me and been like, make that Star
Shout out to
Wars.
Jessica on our TikTok that suggested that.
Yeah, but I'm like, it already looks like it anyway.
She
Like,
did. She
here,
goes,
add
it
a
looks
couple
like the
little phasers
70s
here, like, you know, like,
Star
here's,
Wars.
like,
I was like,
here's-
not a
here's
bad
a,
idea. It really does fit.
lightsaber here. Here's a couple of. It's already halfway there anyway. You're like, just go do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like they missed the
Honestly,
mark.
I honestly said they could literally be in any one of their hotels and theme something as a bar.
Mhm.
Literally. Look at Trader Sam's and they put like one experience in. Like someone orders the Vader juice or whatever and the room turns red and it was like, the Vader's here. Like they literally could do
It's
something
such
so
a-
simple like that, but
such
just
a
theme it.
wasted-
Hyperspace Lounge comes into on the
Yeah,
Disney cruise.
right.
Yeah. They could have just been like, hey, this is a Star Wars themed hotel and everyone be normal. It's just themed that way, except you go into a bar or you go into the restaurant and it's themed and it's a little bit just an uptick of experience.
And what did they
That's
change
it.
into offices now? I've heard. I'm like, so that was the solution. Now it's just going to be offices? Like, how do you not
That's
just
they
exactly
had to
what
do
you said?
that because the space is there and they took a huge write-off. They couldn't use it as an entertainment venue,
So
I think, on the
stupid.
write-off.
Oh, so
stupid.
It was
stupid.
they took
Although
like what was like
I'll
a
take one of those
$200
options.
million whatever it was.
Because that was the
Like just
again, it's all those decisions that Josh and I say where it's like, it's not just that one person came up with an idea. You have to think how many people signed off on an idea that it made that happen, right? So that everybody was really
Yeah.
hyping this idea of, okay, we're going to make it like 3 days and it's going to be this, 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 and this, and this. And then it's going to be so busy. We're going to be booked all the time. Whereas it was as simple as saying, let's just make a Star Wars hotel and everybody who loves Star Wars will be fighting to stay there and they can stay as long as they want or they can stay as short as they want. And there'll be characters walking around and they'll be like, it could have been so simple and successful.
simple.
Can we all say they missed the mark a
Simple.
little bit? Even though it's as cool as it is, they missed the mark on Oga's too because it's too small. It's
Too
too
small.
small.
Yeah,
That whole
it's way
band
too
should be
small.
in there, like
It
Cosmic
should be the
Wave.
Cantina band should be in there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Austin. So you're West Coast, right?
Yeah, West
Okay,
Coaster.
so
Yep.
Scum and Villainy, I think, is like in L.A. or whatever. It's somebody
Yes.
I talked to, a friend
Yes.
of Kevin.
It's
Smith.
on my list to go.
Kevin
Yes.
Smith is a friend of his, and I remember talking to the guy because we were doing an interview with Kevin on something else, and we're like, he was a broadcast from Scum and Villainy. I'm like, this is better than Oga's Cantina in Disney.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've literally made a better
Yeah.
venue. I'm like, it's amazing. I'm
Literally.
like, how do you miss that? Because it shouldn't just be experiential. They're doing the same thing with the Beak and Barrel because it's going to be the same kind of deal
Yes.
in Magic Kingdom. You're going to end up having to only go there for a
Excited
short
for
amount of
that,
time.
but-
I feel like Geo 82 is not like that though, and that's a good thing.
No.
That-
A beautiful bar, by
it's
the way.
and it's. I'll
Love
tell you
to
right
go
now,
party there.
Austin. No better place to get a flight of bourbon for the money. 'cause
That
it's
is
like
the
50
deal.
bucks
That is
and
the
it's
deal
four.
of Disney.
Oof.
It is literally because it's a stag. The last one's like a Stag private label. All of them are good. It's like Blanton's and Stag, and you're like, this anywhere else, just these two drinks are $20 to $30 a piece anyway.
This is where we don't want
Anyway.
Disney listening. Disney, tune out for a second, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn off. then.
Mute your speaker right now. Skip ahead 30 seconds.
Next
Okay?
chapter.
yeah.
Also, a little hook comes and
That's
goes
awesome.
away.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
I was going to say, but
Go
I
ahead,
do
Gia.
think, and this could be a whole topic, it's a whole nother podcast, obviously, is just where the U.S. parks, let's just say, are missing.
Can we just address this monkey in the room real quick? Josh keeps putting up Stitch, and me and Gina both agree that Stitch has been around for way too long, and we're sick and tired of it.
We're over him.
It is
But
good
I like
pictures.
that the new movie, okay, live action's great. I want to see it, still on my list, but
yeah.
still, he's been way
He's
too dominant. Okay, sorry, go
overdone,
ahead, Gina.
overdone.
Sorry.
He is. I don't know why he's
I just wanted
treated
to
like
rant
the
for both
favorite
of us
child
right
all of a sudden. But
Right?
I do
Yeah.
think that Disney just tends to be like when we were kids. Oh Jesus, when we were kids, the Disney, and I don't think it was just because we were kids and easily impressed. Disney's theming was immersive everywhere. Like Disney really like wrote the book on putting you in a place and then like predicting the future and then making the future happen. Like literally, it was all that. And now it just feels like whether
Yeah.
it's a whole with the generational like people that are in these positions, I don't know. Whether it's whoever's in charge, I don't know. But it's the idea of like, it feels like they're constantly dialing it back. And it feels like they do this great, and you see it from the spec drawings. It's this big thing. And then they go, they start like moving out. And it kind of feels like sometimes once something launches, they go, that'll work. Like that's what it feels like. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like this is going to blow your mind. It feels like that'll work.
Walt Animatronic.
So many things.
Walt animatronic.
Like it's just so many.
so
Look
bad.
at Enchantment. Like Enchantment, like when Happily Ever. I was sad when we lost Wishes. Then we got Happily Ever After, which I loved, and then they brought in Enchantment, which lasted 2 years before they had to take that out.
2
Harmonious
years.
didn't last because there was no emotion. Like I love that Enchantment started with Walt's voice. That was about it. Stop making other people sing the songs from the movies. I only want to hear the characters sing it in the shows. I don't want to hear someone else.
100%. I get that. Yeah. But still, a show though can bring a tear.
That's honestly the thing I would associate least to Tangled because her hair is so long. Like, how do you keep that out of the toilet? Like, it's like
wow, I've never had that thought, and now
like,
I will think of Tangled every time now. Like,
I wouldn't even go near her. Like, ugh. Your hair's like covered in people's,
Oh, I love it.
Turn.
This is great. This takes a turn. So it's a perfect time for us to jump into our final. I'll give final 2 questions here. Okay, the first one's gonna really it's gonna irk you. Okay, let's play a game in which Walt Disney World is out of room, and you have to eliminate an entire land. We're just gonna stick to Magic Kingdom. I think, just as a West Coaster, I know what we're gonna eliminate. But go ahead. Let's see if you guys. Let's piss some people off right now.
My favorite things are in the land I'd probably eliminate.
Because he probably eliminated Adventureland, even though that's Pirates and Jungle Cruise, right?
No.
Oh,
he said no. Take out because the Dole Whip ranks higher, but my favorite.
So you take out Frontierland. You would take out
my favorite ride is Haunted Mansion, but I would get rid of Liberty Square.
It does seem like the easiest way to go is because
you're not losing a bathroom because there's none there. That's why they go the river of poop going down the. That's why the river of poop goes down the cement. So you're like, there's no bathroom. It's just you get rid of the Liberty Tree, Hall of Presidents, and then. I
mean, honestly, that's kind of the way I go, but that's not shocking because I don't like scary stuff anyway. This is kind of where I'm a little bit of a conundrum.
I roll.
Do you think the Haunted Mansion is one of the best rides, if not the best ride, especially when it comes to theming, that Disney has ever created? I will die on that hill. But I also don't like being scared, and Josh has traumatized me from reaching into my car, banging on the car when it starts tilting back. So that's why I don't love the Haunted Mansion as far as it scares me. I'll get on it.
Constance knocks you down the stairs in the back, and that thing flips back, and somebody's in front
of me.
That thing is here. I just knock on the thing really hard.
Austin, here's another Jeppy family story that in our family, when we would do Halloween parties, our way, we're obviously very fun-loving, happy-go-lucky people, but there are people that sometimes fall off your life list and you're like, that's not a good person. And we don't believe in retaliation, but our form of closure was at our Halloween party, we would make Haunted Mansion tombstones for them and have little poems on them. And the only one, because that person's not going to hear this podcast, that I'm going to say is, to give you an example, is my dad had a housekeeper, my dad and my stepmom, and my sister and brother, they had a housekeeper, and they found out she was stealing from them, and her name was Bridie. If she's listening, sorry, Bridie, but you deserve this. But anyway, she was stealing from them, right? So her tombstone said, Bridie's buried in this spot. She even stole our family plot. And my dad still dies laughing at that. He thinks it's the funniest thing.
It was Gina's best work.
So we made these tombstones. We'd have them outside. And so that's what I think of the Haunted Mansion, our tribute that is eternal was these tombstones that we made for people that just weren't in our lives. So to this day, even though we don't do that party anymore, when somebody really isn't going to be in your life anymore, our sister Brianna and I will say, what would their headstone be? It's like a joke. And we'll send it, Josh, we'll send it in. We'll in the family chat, came up with it.
Anything ever happens to one of us, I guarantee there'll be tears at funerals and stuff like that, but I guarantee there will be laughter because my siblings will be telling stories about something and make us laugh. Because we always say, what doesn't make you laugh is going to make you cry. Why don't you just laugh about it? And my uncle used to put a fart machine behind the casket at
we put it in the casket for our great aunt's funeral.
And just laugh.
We had a fart machine with a remote.
Respects is
Yes. And then our sister Danny almost knocked over the casket.
His mother was buried, and he's like,
Yeah. Yes. Sister Danny, because we're an Italian family. So when you have a viewing from 3 to 5 and one from 7 to 9, what do you think we're doing from 5 to 7?
Eating.
We're all going out to dinner, having a lot of wine. So
yeah.
Danny walked up to
Yeah.
my aunt's casket and went to and kind of and pushed a little.
Off.
It didn't go down. It didn't go down. But that's how our family rolls.
Imagine that fart machine that made it down there and then 6 feet
Like,
under here.
I want to do
Oh,
it.
that's-
People would say, like, when you die, have somebody take your cell phone and text everybody that came
Thank
to the
you for
funeral and
coming.
say thanks for coming. Like, just from
We
your
would do
cell
that.
phone. I want that. It'll be in my
Briette-
phone. Like, text
I
everybody
love
from my
that.
phone.
When our sister Brianna eventually gets to be on our show, like, and you'll get to know her, it's very funny because if you've ever seen those TikToks people do or reels or whatever, where it's like me and my bestie at my funeral, and it's like the girls look in the casket, the other one's like making fun, like that would be me and my sister Brianna, where we'd be like, or, what, did you let that person
I love
show
it.
up?
Yeah. I always love. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen Parks and Rec. Are you a Parks and Rec fan at all? Okay, yeah. When John Ralphio plays Bend
Yes.
Over at his freaking thing by
Yes.
Tyga. Oh yeah, that's gonna be. It's gonna be more of a party
Yes.
than anything. But I proud member as the Jeppy family as
Yeah.
myself, so I'm
Yes,
just saying
yes.
that now. Okay, last little like lightning round shout out. This isn't anything. So tell me what you guys are working on. Shout out anybody. Last part. What are you wearing? What are you rocking? And tell me what you're happy about in life.
I like
right
this
now.
question. Josh, you first or me?
You can go first because I feel like you'll lead
Well,
the way.
obviously, our podcast, Bring Back the Magic, we're on Spotify and YouTube. And we put out a new episode every week. Josh and I have some little other things in the works that we'll dabble at, but we're really just trying to, we'd like this to be our full-time gig. I mean, it is, but we'd like it to be our full-time gig that makes money. But
Same.
we have some
wealthy at it. I just want to be able to survive.
Yeah,
and do
that's
business.
it. That's
That's
it.
it.
But
That's it.
love what you
Yeah.
do.
Get invited to
Yes,
the Disney stuff.
yeah.
That's it. I
Yes,
just want to
and
get
like
invited
we're
to the
so
Disney
grateful
stuff.
again. It sounds like monotonous hearing us say it over and over and over, but we really are grateful for this community because like where would we be without them? Where would we be without our family too? Our family is very supportive. Our mom is the very first one to see our podcast. She cannot
love her.
wait until it's actually online. She has to watch it as soon as we can give her access to
It's
it.
still in
And she-
private YouTube links. And
She
she's
is
like, I want to watch it now. I'm like,
she
all right.
rewatches
They
it
can
and
be like-
rewatches it. She tells every single person she knows about it. She's like, "How do they find that? How do they get your
Which
Instagram
isn't
live?"
many
Like
'cause
she's
they're all
so
dead.
yeah. And then our sister Danny does watch every episode religiously. So it's like again, big shout out to our
That's
family
awesome.
because they are a huge part of the fabric, that make Josh and I. But I'm trying to think, Josh, what was something else that we had talked about upcoming that we could tease out there?
Upcoming stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we're probably going
We
to
do
do
have
a
some
lot
more
more
collabs
like YouTube-
coming up.
A lot more like, well, obviously this is actually, we're honored to say this is our first collab with another channel, which we're happy with Austin because Austin's been
Yay!
very, very supportive of us. And we appreciate
Austin
Yes,
Jeppy.
exactly.
That's me.
We've got
Yeah.
more coming. We've got a lot of things. We're going to start doing some more YouTube short stuff, I think, like some different little like skit things,
Love
base
it.
stuff or whatever. We're going to try to add in some stuff that's Disney-esque, whether it's little cooking clips and things like that we do, stuff that we entertain ourselves with. We have our little planner we're going to launch at some point because I did a Walt Disney World planner with Gina. We're putting all the best knowledge we have of Disney into something like with a
It will
downloadable
include
PDF.
no facts.
It's just literally so you have fun. Like, I'll give you an example.
Pictures of
Something in
us
there is
around
like-
Disney.
It's like planning a party, being excited about Disney with themed drinks
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Stuff you can do, little games, trivia games you can play with your family to get you excited about Disney. Things you could do in the parks, scavenger hunts that you can do in the parks. So we want to be different than everybody else. We don't want to be like, here's a one size fits all kind of thing. We're just like, this is the way we do it.
Yes.
Wrong with what anyone else is doing. It's just
No,
not
we love it. We
our
love it. We just want
cup of tea.
We
Yeah.
want to do something that hasn't been done before. And we just want to give people the best experience at Disney. And honestly, it's like, again, we're not trying to make a fortune in what we do. We're just trying to entertain. We're trying to make, more than anything, I'll be honest with you, we're just trying to entertain ourselves.
Pretty much.
We have
That's
done a
really
Yeah.
the
great
goal
job
every
Yeah.
episode.
because Gina and I make each other laugh daily. We talk to each other, and that's the best part. I'll be honest, a little sappy here, but I'll be honest. Doing this podcast, I've gotten to talk to my sister more and more than I have in a long time. We keep good tabs on each other,
Aw.
but it's every day we're talking. Every day it's something else, and it's the best feeling. So
Yeah.
if anything comes out of it, just we've strengthened our relationship, and that's beautiful.
And
But
not that it needed
awesome.
it, but like you said, it's an extra bonus. And I will say, since you asked, like, what makes us happy, like our family first and foremost, health, obviously, all those things. But like, thank you for being like reaching out to us and wanting to do this. Thank you for believing in us because we
Yeah.
believe in you, and we're excited
Absolutely.
to see. It's fun to watch people grow together. Like, we are big believers. Whoever was with us from the
Yeah.
beginning, like Josh said, we want to see us all go up together. Like, we don't want to see like, oh,
And
we're here
trust
and you're in
me,
like,
you'll be on ours. You'll be on ours.
Yeah,
You just gotta
and-
figure out our software is different.
Whoa!
Our software is different. You're gonna have to deal with a broadcast.
it's really
delay
just
here
we
and there.
don't know what we're doing. We've never had a guest. We don't know what we're doing.
Austin, I've already made a little not Bitmoji, but like a little avatar of you. for a
Yes,
trivia thing.
yes.
So it's me, Gina,
Yes.
and you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Just prepped.
He
so
did. He
we
made
do,
that
like, a
weeks
trivia
ago.
thing with
Weeks
a
ago.
scoreboard. So it
Oh,
lets us live
weeks.
track
I
our
feel so-
scores across
Yeah.
the board. We'll do a trivia
love
night
it.
with you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe what we can do is on YouTube
Love it.
Live or something.
Yeah, we
can
want to do
something
some
like
more
that.
lives.
I'm
That
down.
is on our list. You saw, like, you've
Yeah.
popped in before. Like, Josh and I just love that immediate
Yeah.
interaction with people because, like,
For
when we're
sure.
doing our recorded shows, we have to wait for the feedback afterwards. And we get it. We love it. We're so
Yes.
excited. But it's like the live having that immediate is just,
It's
it's
fun.
so fun. I said it's like the difference between making a
nothing-
movie and Broadway, you know?
Oh yeah, living off those comments right away immediately is so much
Yeah.
more fun than being
Yeah,
like, oh
it's
yeah, I could have
exciting.
said that. No, you're like, no, you said that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well here it is. 5 things that I think
Yeah.
is really cool. But thank you
Thank
both
you.
as a honorary member of the family. Thank you again for doing
Thank
this
you.
with me and kind of
We
just
are
rolling
the
with the
Magical
punches.
Friends of
As
Anytime.
me, like the Magical Friends of Mayhem. I appreciate that. Well, actually, it's the Magical Friends of the Jeppy family. That's
Subscribe
what
to
it's going to be
Austin.
now.
Everybody
So,
subscribe.
we are now
Magic of Mayhem,
MFers.
please.
Magical friends.
Yeah.
We are-
The magical MFers. Hey, patent that. That's ours. That is our family right here. Okay, we're MFers. Okay, magical friends. What was the old school style they used to say? Pass holes, right? You're there. Oh, there's the pass holes. Now we're the MFers, baby. Magical friends.
Right here.
So
Uh,
that's it. So, hey, this is awesome with the Magic of Mayhem. This is an episode of the Magical Friends of Mayhem. So much magic. Thank you again, Josh and Gina from Bring Back the Magic podcast.
we
Love you guys. Thank you
Love
so
back,
much.
brother.
And we'll see you guys around the
See you real
board,
soon.
right? Or something. Who says that? Who says that? It's not baseball. We'll see you in the magical realm. How about that? Oh,
We'll
we're
put it
just
together.
dropping magic
We'll
everywhere.
work on
Okay.
it. We'll work on it.
Yeah, that's it. See ya.